trying to just focus the themes of the videos on harvesting rainwater, growing vegetables, growing food, and collecting electricity from sunlight. It's been amazing. I mean, I've watched a lot of other people's videos and just seeing what they're doing, and they're pretty good. I mean, I'm really impressed. Mine just, I have setups that just kind of don't compare to somebody that did Northern California, they did a rainwater capture system that was all integrated into the laundry, so it was only the water was somewhat filtered, and it was put into a poly tank, and then they had it plumbed to the washing machine with a T-valve that you could either choose city water or rainwater. It had a switch. And he had it really nice. I mean, you could actually, yeah, it was, and I guess whoever built the system lives, the water is really hard, so it washes clothes. It's not like rainwater is really soft. If you ever use rainwater to wash laundry, it really gets your clothes really clean. I mean, without hardly any soap, because it doesn't have any minerals in it. So almost like the solvent, it's almost like, distilled water, if you can, think of it that way. And I found that to be the case. And I've just, rainwater versus tap water is different. It's lighter. It's like it's softer. And my plants, I know there's no chlorine in it. And if you put any kind of chlorine in the water on the plants, the plants won't do well. They don't like chlorine. They don't like bleach, which is what they use in the tap water to keep it clean. A lot of cities do. And anybody out there that knows that they get most of their electricity from coal-fired powered plants, really, I mean, seriously, think about getting off the grid. If you don't like coal and you don't like what coal is doing to the air, burning coal to make electricity, and you're using that electricity, and you don't like it, just try to go off grid. Do a little bit at a time, or get a kit. Go to like Wholesale Solar or Alt Energy Store, or get on eBay and get some panels. Buy some solar panels. Don't get cheap ones. Get the good ones, because they'll last a long time. It's like buying a battery that lasts 25, 30 years. And they're worth it, even though it's a little bit of power, even though it's just enough power to run like TV or radio, that's great, just get started at it. It's a little bit of money, it's a little bit of time and effort you set it up, and there's at least, if the power ever goes out during a storm or an earthquake or disaster, some kind of, blackout or whatever, you'll have enough power for lights. And you could spend, $300 or $400 on a gas generator and have gasoline to run it, or diesel, but, if you don't like noise and the smoke and the dealing with the fumes and all that, then try to get a little, I would recommend, if you're interested in just having a battery backup power system, get a couple of like AGM batteries, like what I got, or get a big AGM battery. Or better yet, or just go to the auto supply store or Walmart or wherever, and get a big battery, and then just keep it always keep it always fully charged with a little charger that you plug into the wall, and that way, at least if the power goes out, you'll have plenty of power there, and that battery can sit there and last for 7 or 8 years. I mean, even if you use it once in a while during a power outage, you'll have emergency power there, and you can now inverters are so cheap, you can get modified sine inverters, 500 watts for that'll run appliance, radio or TV or fans or lights or whatever, and you can get one of those for like under $100, a good one, a decent one. It'll even do like 1,000 watts. Then you can have that as a standby power, so if your power goes out, just use that. Don't even get a battery. Just have a good inverter and keep it in your in your car, and that way the power goes out, you can just plug it onto your battery. Run and start your car up and charge the battery if the battery goes low. You'll have it as an emergency anyhow. Food, and everybody out there knows. I mean, good quality food that's fresh is expensive. You go into the grocery store and you're going to pay a lot of money for a head of lettuce and good eggs and milk and beans and rice. And food's getting expensive. It's going up. It's not getting any cheaper. I had this big disaster in Chile. We get a lot of our food here in the Northwest from Chile. And there's been a terrible earthquake there. And it's probably closed a lot of the ports. So we may this spring not have the supplies that we had. Or maybe, shortages in the future because of that. So as a nation, I'm in the United States here, I'd say, our government should, we should use some of our military resources to go over there and go down to Chile and help the Chileans, with their clean up and help them rebuild some of their infrastructure, if they need help, offer to them at least. And, that's probably, I think the military is the best for if there's disasters, We need to have, establish some kind of order. There used to be a group called Peace Corps, and I remember when I was growing up, and they don't talk about Peace Corps very much anymore. It used to be that people would get together instead of, going over to some country and, using force. It was more go over to a country, go to the common people and, help them with their farm, and their farming, and help them grow crops and raise livestock and put in a water system, or help them with, planting an orchard, or, starting a small, goat farm or whatever, raise cows. If we could go to places like Afghanistan or Pakistan or these places where we're fighting and we're using all these, all these resources, and we can use the same amount of money, manpower, and resources for helping people to help themselves. So, it's my political philosophy on, really, you never know what's going to happen. You don't. You never know. I predict that there will be another big earthquake, storm, event, volcano, whatever, that will go hit somewhere and it'll knock the power out for a long time. Or people won't have fresh drinking water for a long time. Or it'll be like, the roads will be damaged. They won't be able to get food in or whatever will happen. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to maybe worst case scenario is at least I will be and my family will be somewhat prepared for the emergency. I mean, if you want to look at what I've done and laugh at it, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you laugh. He's gone, that guy spent so much money on that. Or, it does. It looks that way. It looks like I've spent a lot of money on this stuff just to have a little bit of water and maybe a little bit of power for my, heating in my life. But it's a hobby too. I've learned a lot. It's an educational experience. Like in some odd way, I wanted to quit my job and go and work for a, help set up solar panels and set up systems on people's homes. Do it as a business or in the rainwater too. Have like a rainwater collection, system that I could just install on somebody's house. If they wanted a rainwater collection system, I could put it all together for them and, charge them a minimal amount, reasonable rate, and then they could have their own water system right off the roof. I can have a small business like that, but I need a plan, a business plan, and get a small business loan and find other people that are expertise in areas that I'm not, that can help me develop my idea. Anyhow, that's my rant for the day. Have a good night. Bye.